How to buy on AliExpress from Iceland. First, when we're on the app or website, we need to go to the flag to make sure Iceland is selected as the country. In language, if we want, we can change it. I leave it in English and in currency too. If you want, you can change it or just leave it in dollars, and that's it. Now I'll show you step by step how to buy. Now I'm really going to show you how to buy step by step and what you need to keep in mind. As you can see, there are lots of products here, many deals, and actually at the top, we find even more. In fact, here we find a product deal, and we also find product categories here. But what we're going to do is pick a sample product, and I'll show you what you need to look at. First of all, let's choose a product at random. Let's pick this product over here on the right. It already appears here for us. And let's take a detailed look at everything. We need to keep in mind, first of all, on the left side, we should look at the photos carefully to see if they really match the product description, which is this one right here. Always remember to pay very close attention to the title of the product because sometimes you can get confused. For example, they might be showing you this iPhone here, but it turns out they're not actually selling the iPhone. They're actually selling this battery instead. That's why it's important to tell the difference, since sometimes people feel scammed because they see that in the images there is one product and they receive another, but it is because they do not read this section of it. Title. Next, also remember that when we search for products on AliExpress, the price we see is the lowest available price. What do I mean by this? When you go into the listing, you notice that if I, for example, change something here, like the color of the product or the specifications, you'll see that some options cost more than others. For example, this one here costs 15.22 and this one here is 16.18. That's why before knowing how much it costs, you need to specifically choose which variation or size of the product you want, so you know what the final price is. Then once you've read and seen all of this, you'll go down to the section where the reviews appear. And here, the important thing is that it has at least 4.5 stars. And ideally, that it also has plenty of reviews. For example, in this case, it only has 15. I recommend a minimum of 30 or even 50 to be sure that real people are actually buying these products. Now we're going to click where it says see more. And here we're going to filter using this image icon so we can read and above all see real images of the products, since the photos that appear at the top of the AliExpress page are, let's say, edited photos. They look really good. Whereas the photos here in the reviews are real photos from customers who have actually bought this specific product. So here we can see more, for example, in comparison to a hand. What is the specific size when it's on a table? And well, here we can see every detail of what it's really like once you've chosen the product you want. Now, we're going to move to the right side to make the purchase. At this point, you need to be sure about the person who is selling it to you. What you can do is click on it and you'll go to the OA store, the products that this person offers. What you can do is check here in this section to see how many positive or negative reviews they have overall, because this person doesn't just sell this product, but several others as well. And obviously, it's better if they have a generally positive review rating. Then this will appear depending on where you are. You just click on it, and here what you'll do is specifically choose the country. Then you'll choose depending on where you're located, and that's it. This applies here. Remember that depending on where you are, located here on the left side where the price is, it may include some taxes, also depending on where you are located. Then here at the bottom appears the shipping price. In this case, it's completely free, but it doesn't include a tracking number. That is, we won't be able to track the product to know where in the world it is, or if it has already arrived in our city, or even if it has already arrived at our home. That's why I recommend that you buy products that have a tracking option. You just need to look for it, enter, and here, when you select free shipping, it should show you if tracking is included. Then here, it will specifically show the date when the product will arrive at your home or at the place you have chosen to receive the product. After this, if you want, you can also change the quantity. You can choose as many products as you want. You can increase the quantity here, and depending on what you want, you place your order. I'm going to leave it at 1 and click where it says buy now. When I click buy now, this appears here. Here, my shipping address appears. It's censored because it's my personal address, and I can click here where it says change and adjust the address to the place where I am. Then in payment methods, depending on where you are located, it will show up here. Add a credit or debit card or some other payment methods. This already depends on your location, as I was saying, and as you can see over here, there's an option for promo codes. I'll leave one for you in the description if I can get access to it. And then here in the summary, you'll see the price of the product and the shipping cost. This probably changed and increased because I only chose a pretty cheap product. That's why I recommend that what you should do is go directly to any product here and add several items. And once you add several products, the shipping cost will probably go down, and that way it won't be so expensive. So what you can do is talk to friends or family members who want to order from AliExpress so you can place a single order together. That way the shipping cost will decrease significantly. Or it might stay the same, but obviously since there are many more products, it's much more worthwhile to make the purchase. And once you've made your purchase here, you click where it says place order, and when you get your tracking number, you'll come to this website called exactly as it appears above, 17 track. And what you're going to do is enter your order tracking numbers here and track them to know where your package is, where it's at, if it has already arrived in your country, if it has already reached your home, and keep a close eye to make sure your order actually arrives. Similarly, if the order doesn't arrive at your home or the place you chose, you can file a claim with AliExpress. And of course, they will refund your money. But for that, you have to pay close attention to the delivery date. Remember that it said that at the latest, it would arrive in May 5. So since it's May, what you should do is wait until that date. And when that date arrives, if your product from this seller still hasn't arrived, what you do is file a claim so they refund your money. Thank you.